Yes, what is good, people? We are back inside with the King Live Instagram. It's the second installment of our Fit for a King interviews. You might have caught us last week when we did the Ian Heinisch one, the UFC fighter. This week we're going to be jumping into the chat with Rants'n'Bants. For anyone who knows Rants'n'Bants, he's one of the main guys on the United Stand, one of the biggest football YouTube channels going. He's got a lot of other things going on as well in terms of his like media commitments and sort of patterning up a lot of digital content and whatnot. So he's going to be coming in to the chat in a little bit, and we're going to be chatting to him about loads of different stuff about new collections, stuff he's got going on, his stuff that he's doing with United Stand, YouTube, a lot of stuff about his YouTube stuff. He's jumping into Twitch lately as well, which is really cool. And he's a lot of his opinions on football, especially with like the lockdown, Premier League stuff, etc, etc. So while we're waiting for him, just gonna see who's jumping in with us. DJ Sammy Tar, hello man, how you doing, bruv? All the way from Spain, what's going on, man? Some USA guys in there as well. Some of the Ali Sami Moroccan crew. What's going on, boys? Glad you're joining us all the way from over there. Some love hearts and waves coming in, which is all good. That's what we want to see. So yeah, maybe you caught the chat last week. That was with Ian Heinisch. He had an amazing story to tell, and we've actually put that up on our YouTube now. So if you go into our YouTube channel, it's just at King Apparel at YouTube, and you can catch that hour-long episode with Ian. He's got an absolutely mad story about his time getting caught drug running, escaping to Europe, doing a bunk on the old bow, and being away for 5 years and doing some mad things. Definitely get over there and check that interview out. And it's all about how he progressed in his life to changing, you know, from being someone who was at the bottom, inside in jail, etc., to becoming one of the main guys at the UFC, which was sick. So definitely check that one out. I see Myers has joined us. We're going to be doing a photo shoot with Myers tomorrow, so we're going to be doing a lot of live stuff tomorrow as well when we do that photo shoot. So definitely go and get online tomorrow and watch that. So that'll be a little bit behind the scenes stuff for what we're doing there. We're good. So what we're going to also try and do today is we're going to try and lock in some Q&As and stuff, especially on a football chat with Rants, because he's got a lot of knowledge and contacts and so on and so forth with different clubs and so on, different fan channels and whatnot. So it'd be good to find out his like opinions and how he sees the Premier League getting back into playing again, which is like obviously a big debate at the moment. So that'll be quite interesting. So what we're going to do, just going to like drop a note to Rants just now and see what he's saying, and hopefully we can get him onto the chat. Give us 2 seconds. There he is. Right, so hopefully he'll join us in a sec, man. Here's Leon Wright. Leon's one of our main skate guys. Definitely check out his content. He's in the chat at the moment. He's got some sick edits out there. He's one of the main guys doing all of our heading up our skate team and whatnot. I think he's got a bunch of stuff on YouTube. He's always putting clips out everywhere, editing them up and stuff, so it's well worth checking those out as well. We've got a new collection that's coming through, summer range, that's going to be out in about 2 weeks. We had some hats to drop in at the weekend, some mesh caps, truckers and that dropped about a week ago as well. And then all of the collection that matches up with that, so you've got your hoodies, your tracksuits, twin sets, t-shirts, etc, etc. So you can link in all of those sets over the summer. Hopefully we'll get out of this lockdown fully, like in the next couple of weeks, and yeah, we'll be able to actually start enjoying life again a little bit, man. That'll be good. So yeah, so let's see what Rants is saying. Hold on. Give us 2 seconds, guys. Right, just spoke to Rants. He's just about to jump online, so he's going to join us in the chat in a minute. If you've got any questions and that you want to ask him, we're going to chat about a whole bunch of stuff, and then at the end, we're going to do a little Q&A. So anything you want to ask him about, anything from YouTube, setting up your own YouTube channel, working with different fan channels, anything about football, the media, all the stuff that he might have learned over the last 2-3 years, when he's been building up his career. That would be a good thing to do. There he is. I'm just going to invite him into the chat now, man. Here he comes. Rants, what's up, man? You good?
Oh, my guy, what you saying?
Switch your phone around that way if you can, landscape.
Well, yeah, sure. 1 second.
Is that all right, yeah?
Whoa. Hold up. I'll do it, landscape. Hold on. Yeah.
I can see your boxing gloves.
Yeah, bro. I got my camera around the other way. Where did it turn around? All right, cool.
All good, man. How are you?
I'm sweet, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I just finished. I just finished doing another stream on my YouTube channel, so I'll come over from there, bro.
That's all right, man. It's all good.
Yeah, man. I'm well, though, man. How's it going?
Yeah, it's not bad, man. Not bad. Got all the new collections and that, like you said, like you've seen coming out. Next couple of weeks, we've got summer stuff coming. We've got a shoot tomorrow. We're doing with Myers, so that's going to be pretty sick. So we're looking forward to doing that. So we're going to go live on Insta tomorrow, just like throughout the day, doing some like behind the scenes stuff and whatnot. But yeah, man, it's all good. Just to introduce anyone who's watching this stream who might not know Rants. So Rants is one of the main guys at United Stand. He's got a lot of other stuff going on with his YouTube career, media stuff and whatnot. We're going to talk to him today about that, about his journey coming from starting his own channel to where he is now, football chat, all the other stuff like that. And then we might be able to get into a little Q&A at the end as well and talk about some football stuff and what to do, man. So yeah, man. So like, the first things I want to kind of talk to you about is just like, obviously lots of your content's based around football, and obviously the season's being postponed for now. So how do you guys adapt with your channels and whatnot to dealing with content and content creation? Is that like something that's quite difficult for you lot?
To be fair, yeah, because we've been streaming a lot, yeah, like the only main like stumbling block that we might have come across is just the fact that there's less to report on because there's no actual football going on. So the match reactions, the watch-alongs, the stuff that would bring in the most traffic to the channels, we don't have them. But other than that, it's pretty much been business as usual, really. We've just been streaming instead of having to go in the studio and meet up. So in terms of convenience and that, like, it's been fine because I just haven't had to move. I just film from my studio. But that's the only real difference that it's been, man. I mean, it's been a mixed bag, bruv, but you've just got to adapt, innit?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like there's a couple of fan channels we watch as well. We're West Ham fans over here, and you know they're having to like think about a bit more creatively about the content they're putting out, and about things in general. There's a lot more to talk about now because like the Premier League is just about to try and start again. There's a lot of opinions about that kind of stuff, man, and how that's going to work out. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think it's ready to go, or do you think it should just get abandoned, man?
Well, I don't really know, you know, like
in the league. Remember that.
Listen, you see, with me, yeah, like just from a point of view, like forget the whole Liverpool winning the league stuff because I don't really care about that, innit? Because in my head, it's like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyway. Like the sun's still gonna bloody rise and set the next day. I couldn't care less, innit?
Yeah.
Like, but I just think that it doesn't make sense morally to me. Do you know what I mean? I think there's too many conflicting things going on right now. I think if I'm a footballer, I'm 30 years old, I've got 3 kids and a wife, I don't want to go to work. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I get the
Especially when,
impression like there's a bit of arrogance on the part of Premier League, thinking that they're above everything. And it's like,
yeah,
we're more important than anyone else, and we need to get this done. And it's all money that's driving it. And they kind
yeah,
of, I don't know, you know a lot more players than I do. I know a few players, but I get the impression that a lot of the players, even though they might have said it, think that they're a commodity. It's like, oh, you don't really care about us. We're
yeah,
just something that brings the money in. So you need us to just go out there and do our thing now, because without it, the TV deal's fucked, etc., etc.
yeah.
And that's how I see it from like a outsider's perspective, really.
But this is it. They don't see these players as human beings. Like, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
what's mad is, yeah, like a lot of people, like me, I'm looking at these footballers because they're my age, man. Like, do you know what I mean? They're my age. Some of them are younger.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So when I'm looking at these guys and I'm thinking, rah, like if that was me, would I want to go to work? No. And if it was me, would I go to work? No, because of the kind of person I am. I'd tell them to stick it. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I
yeah.
would refuse. I'd flat refuse. And there's nothing
I,
they could do.
yeah, I think there's going to be a situation where the players will end up deciding what goes on. And if
Yeah.
enough players decide, look, we don't want to do this, there'll be certain teams that are going to miss key players, and they'll be like, it's not fair anymore. What are we going to do if they're in a relegation fight, or they might be fighting for that Champions League spot? If you let's just say you're Man United and someone like Bruno Fernandes has changed your season to a degree, and then he's like, I ain't playing. You're going to be like, well, you know what, guys, I'm not sure we want to carry on like this because he's a key player for us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
But that's why I don't think in all honesty, I don't feel like they should be forced to have to make a decision because the players, if they decide they don't want to go, they'll be scapegoated. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? People are talking about footballers, about raising the morale of the country. Like these guys are flipping soldiers on the front line, bro. They're footballers.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's mental, isn't it?
It's ridiculous, bro. Like they're normal people. They run around kicking a football, man. Like, do you know what I mean? They didn't take no oath and to protect the country and serve and that, bro. Like they're footballers.
So what do you reckon is going to happen, man? Like, do you think that, I mean, obviously the league's going to restart at some point, but do you think it'll be starting again fresh next season? Do you think they'll wait another couple of months, get this one done, and then delay the next one? I mean, I can't see, I don't know, man. Like, I was listening to the radio on Sunday, and they were saying that UEFA want all domestic leagues completed by the 1st of August. And then they
Yeah.
will play Europa League and Champions League. There's no way they're going to fit all that in.
There's
No
no
chance.
way.
No
The
chance.
only way they could do it, yeah, is if they done 2 games a week, because there's 10 games left in it of the Premier League. So
Yeah.
if they said 2 games a week for 5 weeks, like, you know what I mean? Then they could do that. So then that would say that's just over a month. So that'll take us into July. So that could work if it's like, if they bring back the league in June sometime. So if they brought it back the middle of June, by the end of July, it could be complete for sure. But then you have to take into account, yeah, all the other cup games as well, not just the league games. You're cramming it. Do you know what I mean? And then players will definitely get injured because they're going from not playing any games to playing 2 games a week after not having a pre-season, really. Like, it's catastrophic, man. Do you know what I mean?
There's a statistic, right? So there was a period in the NFL when there was a dispute, like an internal dispute, and they had to stop the NFL for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And they then, once the dispute was sorted, they came straight back into playing. The average number of serious Achilles injuries in the NFL over 2 seasons is 5. That's the average over every 2 seasons. They came back in the first week. There was 12 Achilles injuries in the first week, and they're saying that there's no way the players can ever be fit enough to avoid serious injury unless they have
Yep.
at least 3 to 4 weeks to train before kicking the season off. So the
Yep.
window's getting smaller and smaller, and I just can't see it happening logistically, personally.
But this is it. Like, and I had a conversation with someone today when I done a live, and they were saying, oh, like, they're professional footballers, yeah, they'll be match fit. I said, bro, how can you get match fit without playing matches? That's why it's called match fit.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can
Yeah.
be fit. It's just like boxing, yeah. You can be fighting fit, yeah. But if you ain't had a fight for 2, 3 years, I don't care how much training you've done. Like, you're not fight fit because you ain't had a fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So I think the intensity at which the football's played at as well, I think there's no way that a large majority of players escape injury. And some could be serious injury, which means they might be out for the following season.
Yeah.
Like, there could be a lot of repercussions to rushing it back, bro. So I don't really know. Like, morally, it doesn't make sense. And actually, if you're thinking about the longevity of the players, because they're not going to have a pre-season then, because then they're going to have to go from one season straight into the next.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and then straight into a European Championship after that.
Yeah, they're going to have to cut some of the tournaments next season. Like, without a doubt, the cup competitions ain't happening next season. No way. No way. And I just, like, when I look at it logistically, I just think, I look at, like, the legal ramifications, kit sponsors, players' contracts, all this kind of stuff comes into it. And there's teams that are, like, it's more serious for or consequential for teams near the bottom. And there's someone like, let's have a look at his name. No more walks, yeah. So he's saying, like, when money comes in, the players' health is like it's irrelevant, and to a degree I agree with that, because for these teams at the bottom, the financial consequences are massive, and they will stick their heels in, man, and dig their heels in to not have that season playing, because they can't afford to go down on a technicality. They can't afford it. It's worth too much money, and then you're going to get legal like Amiens in the French league. They're suing League One now because they got relegated. And they pulled the trigger a little early. You know, imagine, like, we're West Ham fans. Imagine if we get into them, we go down on like points per game system.
Yeah.
We're cancelling the season now. We're doing it on points per game. We go down, but we're like 2 places above the relegation zone at the moment. We're hitting a little bit of form. You know, when it all got like postponed. But what do? You get relegated, and you're like, well, fuck off.
But this is it. Like, I feel like there's so many clubs. There's more clubs that could potentially sue the Premier League, yeah, or have something to complain about by replaying it and it going tits up, yeah, or them saying, all right, fuck it, we're going to give Liverpool the league. Because then if you do that, then you have to relegate the 3 bottom teams as well. And then all of a sudden, if you're 1 point away from safety, yeah, with 9 games to go and you get relegated, you're fuming, mate.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course you are.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's so many different people that could be outraged and have an argument. United could say, you know what, we would have got Champions League, bro. Rashford's back, Pogba's back. We were on a run of, what is it, like 10 games unbeaten. Like, we were going to get top 4. And no one could turn around and tell us that we weren't. So, like, there's just so many what's ifs and all of that. Like, the only real credible thing to do is to just scrap the whole thing, bro. Like, but people don't want to hear that. Like, people are always, the only people that would complain about the league getting binned are Liverpool fan. And that's one club out of how many others?
Yeah, that whole agenda is being pushed by Sky. They want their money. They want their TV money, and then they want £1 billion back, or 795 million, or whatever it is, if they don't complete the season. And then obviously it's got to come out of every club's like budgets, because they've taken their money.
Yeah.
But what do you do, man? Like,
but it's a money thing. But like in France, innit? Obviously the TV money is not the same. The French government paid off the TV people, innit? So it's one of them ones where when I look at it, I'm thinking, they're complaining about TV and that. What about us lot that are paid for a whole year for our season tickets, and when you bring the football back, we're not allowed to go to the games? What, are you going to give us our money back? They're not. Man,
well, yeah, I agree. I mean, West Ham ain't said nothing about it.
Because they're not going to give it back to us, bro. So they shouldn't get the TV money back. You know what I mean?
For the shop.
That's it. Like, we're not going to get our money back. So the TV people shouldn't get their money back. Bro, you just have to write it off like a natural disaster, bro. Like what it is, innit?
Yeah, man.
Know what I mean? If a war breaks out in the middle of the football season, you can't say, oh, well, you didn't play the games, you owe me money, bro. Shit happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the TV money, they shouldn't have to pay it back. You know what I mean? They should be able to write it off. These people don't need the money anyway.
Well, that's the thing. We're discussing this today. Like, it's not like the football industry doesn't have money coming. They've got so much dough that the TV companies, the clubs, generally the clubs, the players, the chief executives, everyone's getting paid way more than the average person. Yet they're running around like they're paupers, and they need to get this thing started straight away, because otherwise the world's going to end. And I'm a fucking massive football fan, like a massive. But I'm just looking at this more and more and just thinking, you know what? Just knock it on the head, man. Knock it on the head. People are just like, you know, like you look at the perspective of everything, and you just have to say to yourself, it ain't that important, really. You know?
But that's it. In the grand scheme of life, football is so unimportant.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, even when I was watching the German football, it's like, you made me wait so long for football, and then this is shit anyway. Like, there's no atmosphere. There's no nothing, bro. It's terrible. It's like watching snooker, bro. Like, there's no atmosphere in there, yeah? Like, it's horrible.
I
Like, I
didn't
saw
watch any of it, man. I just
loads
like,
of people were tweeting like, "Oh, it's so good to have football back." Honestly, it was crap. I'd rather not have it back, mate, if it's gonna
yeah, I
look
did
like
hear that.
that.
Yeah, a
It's
lot of people.
horrible. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's horrible. So, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I honestly, like, from a non-selfish point of view, I haven't missed football, bro. I haven't. Do you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, like, did at the start, and then it kind of, then you're kind of dealing with this whole situation, like, personally, like, how's it affecting you and the things you're doing, and then, I mean, I know from your perspective, and we'll get onto this in a bit, and from our perspective a lot as well, it was about, right, how do we adapt to this situation?
Yeah,
How do we become more creative? What can we do to continue keeping all the eyes on the content we're creating and so on? And that became our focus. And then worrying about football just became irrelevant. It's
yeah,
like, whatever, man. Like, we'll deal with it. We'll adapt and we'll deal with it. And it will come back like everything else will. But just it didn't. It lost its importance quite quickly, I think.
yeah. But that's what I mean. That's how it is for me. And like a lot of people will be surprised by that. But if they knew me, they wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? I love football, yeah, but football's not my life, bro. Like,
Mm.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, football's something that I love, but at the same time, I love loads of things, bro. Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Let's
saying? So,
yeah, I hear that. Let's get into that, man, because like obviously you're well known for like being on the United stand, but give some people a little bit of background behind what your journey was before you actually got to being on that platform, because obviously there's a lot more going on in your life than just football and the United stand. So it'd be nice for you to give people a little bit better background about that, man.
yeah. The funny thing is, first, I started on Snapchat. I was just vlogging, just like how anyone that watches my Insta stories knows that, like, I just vlog in it. Do you know what I mean? Whatever I'm cooking, whatever I'm doing, like, you know what I'm doing. Like, and to this day, I still vlog on my Insta stories. People see that. So I was vlogging on Snapchat. Um, and then I think one day my friend was like, "Yo, this is hilarious. Like, this is so funny. This little the vlog that I did." And he was like, "Oh, save it. Like, do you know what I mean? And send it to me. Like." And then we uploaded it. I think he uploaded it online. I can't remember where it got uploaded. And then it got like 60K views or something, yeah. And it
Yeah,
got uploaded, like, and it was on Facebook. It was random. Like, I didn't have any plan really for it. Like, I just was vlogging for fun. And then my Snapchat started getting super busy. And then some banter pages on like Instagram, like Go Brum and stuff like that, started sharing my pages. And everyone was like, "Yo, who's this guy? Who's this guy?" And I got loads of people messaging me
yeah,
saying, "Yo, yo, yo, like, you're on this page." Like, I remember one day, like, I was in Germany. Now, I went to see my sister. I was in Berlin and my phone was ringing, like, numbers I didn't know. And I had a video that went viral, like, on Instagram, and I didn't know nothing about it. Like, they took the video from somewhere else and posted it on Insta, and it done mad numbers. And from then, I was like, "Rah, like, people actually just like this face to camera thing." Like, when I started doing it, no one was doing it, bro. Like, when I was doing the face to camera, like, short videos, punchlines, funny videos, stuff that they associate with my brother today, I was doing them before him. Do you know what I mean? And that's where he got the idea from. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? So it's funny, like, I was breaking the internet with no brand, no logo, no page, no nothing. And then I was like, "Rah," like, the traction I was picking up, I was like, how can I get like 5 million views on a video and I've got no reference point? They can't even send people anywhere to find me because I don't exist online apart from the video. So I made the Facebook page, then I started to upload to there. Do you know what I'm saying? And then from the Facebook, then
yeah. Because your
Vice saw
Facebook
my videos.
has got a lot of numbers, man.
Yeah, Facebook over 100,000, bro.
100,000.
And I
Yeah, it
haven't
is. Yeah,
uploaded in there for like 2 years, bro. But like, that's what I mean. Like, people don't realize, like, I've been certified in this media game for years. That's the reason why I've got blue ticks on all my platforms. And most other guys in the industry don't, because I did the BBCs, I did the Skies, all of this way before everyone else. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's just mad. So when I moved over to the United Stand, I already had an award nominated series with Vice where I done some political commentary, yeah, and I got over like 25 million worldwide views. Like, so when I was coming onto the United Stand, I was coming onto the United Stand with my blue tick, with over 100,000 followers on my Facebook page. Like, I rolled up there already, like, certified in the game, and then all it done was a new audience started to see me, and then they were like, "Raw, like who's this guy?" And all I was doing on there, what I was doing before,
Yeah.
just on a different subject, bro.
So
Like I've done music content, I've done political content, I've done all sorts, bro. I even covered the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather thing for BBC Sport, bro. I even done that. Like, so I
yeah.
done fight content as well. Like I've been doing loads of content, bro. The one thing I am not here is like my Twitter account's not football Twitter account. I'll tweet about wherever I like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think people like that on Twitter because they want, it's quite. Well, that's what we do a little bit on our Twitter as well. It's quite immediate. So you talk about any topics that are going on, like
Yeah.
TV shows, politics, anything that people want to talk about on that day, because that content changes all the time. And you can have a general stream of thing that's going through, like, you've probably got a lot of people on Twitter who are Man U fans who want to know what your opinion is, but it doesn't mean everything needs to be about Man United. You know what I mean? And your personality.
Not at all.
Well,
Yeah, not at all, bruv. You know what I mean? And even like Love Island, bruv. I've got viral Love Island content, bro. Like I've got, bro, everything that I've touched, yeah, like every topic that I've done, bro, every topic I've done, I've got viral content for it, like all of them. So because of that, like when people see me as, like football Twitter account, it's not football account. Do you know what I mean? Some people get annoyed when I don't talk about football, but I'm like, bro, if football's the only thing in your life, yeah, you're not living, bro.
So how did you? So what was the process that happened from you getting onto the United Stand? Because it was already a big channel before. Obviously, I mean, there was yourself, and Flex as well. Did you guys come in around the same time, or?
Nah, you know what happened? Yeah, what happened was, the United Stand was already a thing, but I think they're only on like 180,000 subs or something at the time.
Yeah,
I'd never heard of them, if I'm completely honest. Like, I was just going to games at Old Trafford, and I'd heard of the other channel, but not the United Stand. And I saw Flex one day, like waiting outside the stadium, like waiting to get people for fan cams and stuff like that. I didn't know him. I didn't know anything about him. And it was a case of, I was like, who's that guy, innit? Because when you go to football matches, you don't see many black guys anyway, no matter what team it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing another black guy that dresses similar to me. Do you know what I mean? And he's standing out there with a microphone. I was like, who is he? Like, what does he do, kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? And then I think me and Flex started talking on Twitter. And then the next time I went up to Old Trafford, I linked up with him, started chatting to him. And then he was like, yo, when are you next at a United game? And that was the cup final against Chelsea that we lost at Wembley.
Yeah.
And he was like, come and do a fan cam. So I went and I done a fan cam. The fan cam went viral. And loads of people were like messaging saying, oh, you get him on every week, get him on every week. And I said, well, fuck that. I said, better yet, yeah, let's just do a show together, innit? I've already got a following. Do you know what I mean? You lot have a platform, but at the moment, my platform is bigger than yours. Do you know what I mean? So it could benefit both of us. Like at the time, the United Stand was on like 150K. Yeah. Like I've got 130K just on my Facebook. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what?
It's one of the biggest fan channels, period.
Bro, we got 700 now, bro. Like we're the second biggest in the whole planet. Do you know what I'm saying? Since I jumped on board. Do you know what I mean? And with Flex as well. So what me and Flex have done and added to the channel, yeah, it's just brought it on. Mark was already doing his thing, and Mark's got his followers, and Mark's got the people that like Mark. But then me and Flex have made the audience a lot broader. Like we've got a massive following now in India, all over Africa. Like I had a guy I was speaking to earlier, he's in Nepal and that, like messaging me, bro. Like the worldwide appeal now, because they're seeing fans that look like them now. Do you know what I mean? All over the world, like in the Asias, and the Africas, bro. The numbers that we have there, as well as the United States, bro, it's mental. Only 40% of our following is in the United Kingdom.
Well, I think one of the things as well, like, is that there's like a relatable nature to the content you guys create. So, like, there's some, Arsenal Fan TV have got it to a degree as well, and they've got like their names and faces or whatever part of that. But at the end of the day, when people go to football, they just want to talk about football to people they would normally talk about it in the pub after or in the ground or whatever. And I think that's what you guys bring is that discussion forum digitally, so people are like, I can relate to how these guys see the game, what the topics are that they're discussing. It's not like contrived, like club-led content, because you do get that where you know that a fan channel's like, you know, the club are kind of behind it, and they don't want that, and they don't like it. But the clubs don't like it when the fans are creating their content and doing it against the narrative of the club. And I'm sure you boys have that with Man U especially.
Bro, man. I know for a fact that Manchester United, they don't love me. I know that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I call them out on their bullshit, and that's never going to change. Do you know what I mean? I have absolutely no intentions of working with the club. If they offered me a job,
the fans like it, because the fans do the same thing.
Yeah, like if they offered me a job tomorrow, I'd tell them to stick it. Do you know what I mean? And like that's just how it is. Like I remember, like the other day, there was it was in like the newspaper saying United were offering 100K a year or something to someone to run their social media, and loads of people tagged me, said, "Oh yeah, would you?" I said, "Hell no."
No, then you're under their thumb, man, and then you got to do it toe the line. You got to toe the
line,
bro.
And then I can't have an opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? And I can't be myself. Forget that. I want absolutely nothing to do with them, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's not what it's about for me. Do you know what I mean? That's not the end. That's not the end goal. Do you know, I want nothing to do with them at all.
So obviously, like this now must be opening a lot more doors and stuff for you. Like in terms of being able to like expand like your media work and the people you're doing stuff with and so on.
Yeah.
So like, how's that developing now for you? Like, especially now with this lockdown. So we were chatting on the phone the other day about you're doing a bunch of stuff on Twitch. You've got stuff coming up with is it ESPN? Give us a little bit of background about like all the things you got coming up.
Oh yeah, the ESPN thing was wavy, and that's the thing is I've done more than one thing with ESPN. I've done a few things, and I know they want to do more work in the future. You know what I mean? So it's just it's good, innit? Like at the end of the day, I had the platform, put it out there, and opportunities are coming in it, which is good. Like the corona didn't help. Like I was meant to have a show on TalkSport, and literally my first show that they wanted me to host was meant to be the Thursday, the week that they locked things down on the Sunday. So I was fuming. Do you know what I mean? Like literally they locked things down on the Sunday. On the Thursday I was meant to be on TalkSport and have my show there, which would have been good. But you know what I mean? I'm optimistic that opportunity will come again.
Yeah, of course it will, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you
know what I mean? And then that's just what it is. I think what they miss out in this country, in America, they have a lot of personality-led like shows and media. Here, not so much. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not really allowed to have an opinion of your own. And if you are, you have to look a certain way. Do you know what I mean? You have to be a Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not middle class, like, white male, you can't just have your opinion, bro. Like, Piers Morgan and them, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If you don't look a certain way, speak a certain way, and fit a certain mold, you don't have the freedom to do these things. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, like in the future, like that will change, and we'll see more people.
We talked about this before, didn't we? That's why the mainstream media, they don't really know. They're kind of running scared a little bit right now because there's so much content being created by other people independently. They're losing control of what the story is. You know, so other people are allowed to create content. It's a little bit like not so much like on a more serious level when you think about everything that's going on right now with this like pandemic and so on, and the mainstream media are sticking to this narrative. This is what it is, this is what you got to do, no misinformation, and they're shutting down discussion about anything else. And there's people out there with crazy ideas, and there's also people out there who are experts, who've got valid opinions that are different to the mainstream media. Want to shut that down, and that's never gonna sit right for me ever, no matter what.
But bro, like that's fascism though. That's what we're talking about.
That's what's happening, man.
But that's exactly what's happening, and bro, you see it in football all the time. As soon as a certain football fan has an opinion that's different from another football fan, let's get rid of them. Let's shut them down. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they do, bro. Like there's a culture of that even within football YouTube. Like a lot of my opinions are different from a certain portion of the fan base because I don't see football the same way they see football. But instead of people saying, you know what, I don't agree with it, move on, like people start trying to create agendas, or they want to try and get your opinion removed and stuff like that. It's a load of bollocks, bro.
But like putting your name through the mud and all this kind of stuff. And you just, come on, man, like it's a dirty world out there, man. And you know, I'm sure you probably like notice it to a degree in what you're doing. It definitely happens in our industry with brands and the shops you're in, and shops trying to, like, you know, muddy the waters, or like say, oh, them guys are shit, what they're doing, and from people who you would think, man, they're better than that, but it happens. And you know,
bro, it happens when people are rattled, though. When people are scared and they see that you're getting momentum, they're scared, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And I noticed, like, with what I was doing, because of my rise was so quick, and because I get quite a lot of traction, it's rattled a lot of people. Like, there's certain parts of the fan base that are super rattled, that would do anything to try and bring the channel down. Like, they make up lies about me, Mark, Flex, do you know what I mean? And other things, And they try and the thing is, we're still growing. So it's like, it's not even working. Like, give up. Like,
and that's kind of like one of the key reasons why, when we were, especially when we were putting this Fit for a King series together at the start of the year, and we had Ian Heinisch on last week, who's got that mad story about the UFC and his like journey to that. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why we wanted you to be one of the key people in our Fit for a King campaign, because, you know, you literally started by just putting a bit of content out there, and there was no real like agenda. You just did it, and then you know, your mentality and your sort of kind of like sort of thought processes led you to being like, okay, now I can develop this, now I can do this, now I can do that. So it's kind of an entrepreneurial mind to a degree. Also one where you're doing it on your terms, and that's why we like it, because you're not doing it and like, you know, oh, I've got to do it like this, and because these people said, these people like this, so I've got to do it this way. It's more to do with like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it my way, and that's it. And that's why we like it, because it's all about that independent progress, you know. And that's where we want the brand to kind of represent people like that, and have people who represent that representing the brand as well. Really
but that's why when I saw the brand, like, it just resonated with me perfectly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because 100% independent progress, bro. Like, for me, like, everything I've got from working hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's given me nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have family in the game. I didn't have friends in the game. I came in the game on my own, like, just on my phone. I didn't get a laptop. Like, I bought a Mac like 2 years ago, bro. I was 2 years deep in the game, filming off my phone and being viral every week, filming on my phone and on my iPad. I didn't even have a laptop. I didn't have a computer. I was filming everything on my phone, bro. Like, my early videos, I was filming walking down the street and going viral. Like, walking down the road, like I'm filming on Snapchat, walking down the street, and people be like, oh, right, I saw you in the ends, like, I saw you here. They could see the backgrounds and they knew where I was. Like, I was really just out on the street. So, like, everything I've had,
that's relatable about it. And like, one of the things that we're always talking about is, especially with what we're doing, is like, so there's a culture out there, and that culture is like a creative culture, whether it's digital media, YouTube, fashion, music, producing, art, direction, whatever it is. And our contribution to that is the clothing. And we got, and there's a very similar thing in that when we started, we had no idea about fashion, nothing, didn't know anything about it, but we knew what we wanted to do and how to create it. And that story, like your story, is sometimes it's the most important thing, because there's a story that's relatable and everyone can look at it and say, I can do that as well. I can do it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really important, for that's how people become popular, because they're relatable. And there's no bullshit there. It's like, this is me. This is what you see, is what you get. And people like that, man, because they know it's not fucking sugar-coated.
But that's mad, bro, because that's what, like, I was just saying to my friend as well. And they always say to me, bro, like, when people that know me, that see me on camera, know that this is just exactly how I am all the time. Yeah. People that don't know me think, oh, like, maybe there's, like, I'm doing something, or like I'm acting or whatever. Like, this is just who I am. Like, I've been fortunate enough that my platform is built, and I've built a brand of just being who I am, innit? So, like, when I see the brand and I see the lion as well, which is like my favorite animal, like, when I saw that and the king thing, and then all the slogans and that, I was like, this is just me, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just, and if it wasn't, then I wouldn't have worn it. Like, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's just what I'm like.
Because there's a
You
lot of
know?
brands, like lot of good brands out there, man. You know, and it's very competitive. And you know, what we're trying to do, or what we are doing, is making sure that there's this roster of people like yourself who are people associate those people with our brand, and vice versa, and that
Yeah,
just helps to build and maintain that story. That's really really important, man.
yeah,
So you know, it's like just as much as where you like this, you got on it because it just felt right. It's the same with
yeah,
us, and like we get like hundreds of requests all the time. Can I be a sponsor? Can I do this for you? Can I be a model? And there's only a certain type of person or people that we deal with, and it's like this is the person we need to work with. You know, whether that's
yeah,
like YouTube, yourself, music. There's all sorts of people that are coming through, and you like that's one of the reason why we're doing some stuff with Myers tomorrow. We've been working with him for a while, and like you know, he's got a similar kind of story. Like you know, it's relatable and real,
yeah,
but it's got a positive message in it, and that's you know that really relates to the name of the brand, King, and independent progress, and becoming a king yourself, whatever you're doing, whether it's YouTube, music, fighting, UFC, whatever. You know, everyone can do that. And there's
yeah,
thousands of kids out there, like not kids, but people, boys and girls who are doing their 9 to 5. They get home and they're like producing in their bedroom or their
yeah,
content, and they've got these dreams and ambitions of something they want to be, and that's what we want to represent. We want to represent those people because there's so many talented people out there,
yeah.
and you know we want them to know that you can do it too, you know, and we can try and tell those stories like we're doing now on live, so they can tune in, and they can find out about your story, and it gives them encouragement to be that person.
Absolutely, man. I think the story is definitely like it's important, bro. Like, and it's good. That's the good thing about the internet because you see so many relatable things, relatable
That's it,
people
yeah,
now. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? And you get to be on the journey with them. Back in the day, like when you used to see people on TV, like there was nothing before that.
no,
You
you
would just
just
see
get
them
the
on TV
gatekeeper.
and think, right, how did they get here?
Yeah, exactly, man,
Do you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Whereas now, like people that followed me from the beginning have seen what I've done, like with the politics, where I took that. People have seen all the other stuff that I did, and then they're seeing where we've taken the United Stand from 180,000 followers to the second biggest on YouTube, only behind AFTV. Do you know what
That's
I mean? And
that's
we've done that in 18 months, bro.
that's
Like
done life.
18 months. Like that growth, like they ran the analytics and was the most rapid growing channel on the whole of YouTube.
Yeah, that's sick,
Do you
man.
know what I mean? Like the numbers, like it's hundreds of percents that this thing has grown in 18 months. Do you know what
Yes,
I mean? Like when we look back, me and Flex, when we looked at I think we done only like 70, I think we done like 70 episodes or something like that, the Flex and Rant show, and we do one every week. That's it. We ain't even done 100 episodes yet.
yeah.
Do
So
you know what I mean?
what's going on with like Twitch and that? Like you know, talking about sort of you know coming away from like mainstream media and doing your own thing. So you've been doing a bit more Twitch streaming and stuff like since
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah,
How
I've
you
been Twitch
finding that?
streaming, gaming. It's been good, you know. Like I say to the guys on Twitch, I see Twitch as just a way of me engaging with my community, innit? Like, people don't follow me on Twitch because they want to see like a bad boy gamer, bruv. Because I'm good at games, but not compared to gamers, I'm crap. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like, I hold my own against all of my friends, but gaming, there's levels to gaming. Do you know what I mean? Just because you're good amongst your peers, that don't mean anything.
mm.
Do you know what I mean? There's a whole world of professional bloody computer game playing brothers that would slap you 15-0 on FIFA in the first half. Do you know what I mean? Like these guys are different. So when people watch me, yeah, they're watching me just so they can interact with me, have joke with me, and then when I play Fortnite squads in the evening, like I have the people in the comment section jump into the games and actually play with me, and I speak to them on a headset.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So it's more like engaging with my community because that's what I see. That's what I see this as. Like this is it's just my community and just engaging with them, and then they get to know me. They get to know who I am, what I am, and those are the people that really know me out of all the people that follow me. The people that engage with me on a daily basis,
Yeah,
like they see what I'm like. Bro, I'm just a normal guy, bro. Just living my life, just doing what I
relatable.
do, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And that's just what it is. And hopefully, like, it always stays like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always want to be in a place that I can just jump on Twitch and play Xbox with my guys, or jump on Instagram, do a live, and do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose that familiarity with the people
Yeah,
that support me,
and I
because
think that
without them, I wouldn't be where I am.
yeah, the whole lockdown situation and like people's like attitudes have changed and are changing to the degree where, you know, they're more used to like Zoom calls or having a meeting at work, or, you know, jumping on Insta Live. Twitch is like a platform that we're going to be jumping on soon with our own channel, and we see that as another way of engaging with the community
Yeah,
that you're building. You know, so it's all well and good that we can put like, I don't know, a picture of you wearing our t-shirt on our Instagram,
yeah,
and they're like, oh look, there's a picture of Rents, and people like that. It's cool, like, and people want to see that hoodie and they maybe go and buy it or whatever. But actually, what they really want to know is like, oh, there actually is a relationship there. Those guys know each other. Why do they know
yeah,
each other? What is it, you know, that they're doing? Where's the respect? There's respect for each other. Where's that come from, and so on. So you're just
yeah.
kind of padding out this idea behind stuff, you know, and that's like, it's real. Like this guy, like on the chat right now, it is real.
Yeah, that's important, but that's what I mean, because a lot of the time you just see guys wearing clothes, bruv, and it's like, wow, someone just gave man the clothes and he just put it on.
And no, but that happens all the time, and it does. And
Yeah,
people do that, and most of the time, like especially these brands who haven't really got a story to tell, then
yeah,
they got to pay for that. They got to pay the
yeah.
person,
There's no story. It's like so and so. Here's a picture of so and so wearing our hat.
and
Do
that's
you know
what
what I
you
mean? That
yeah.
you posted and you've never had any communication with them, and the
No,
friend said, "Yo,
and
just wear
it's an
this."
agency doing the deal, and a lot of this is happening with a lot of reality celebs, and it's
Yeah,
like they're getting that in Love Island or whatever they're doing purely because they know when I get out of here, I've got my 100 grand deal with Boohoo that's going to last 6 months or whatever.
yeah,
And Boohoo are willing to pay that because they know that there's a load of people who will buy it because they like people who sit on a sun lounger for fucking 2 months.
yeah.
People are mental. Like,
But there's
why?
no longevity with that, though.
Why is that person aspirational? Like, why? The
Yeah,
person who's aspirational is the person who grafts after their 9 to 5 and puts out that production or that YouTube content
yeah.
or the rapping or whatever. They're the
But
people
that's
who
why.
that's what you should want to be.
Yeah, but that's why I did the other day. Yeah, I put a comment underneath a video. Yeah, that I saw on Instagram, and I was like, you know what, this industry stinks, innit? And loads of people started laughing, but some people didn't even know what I was getting at, yeah. And it was like, it was a guy interviewing like a footballer in it for like the BBC, and he just come out of a reality TV show, and I was just like, so hold on, out of all of the people that are out here grinding, yeah, doing mad things in the football community, you've gone and picked someone from a reality TV show
It
to
sucks, doesn't it?
interview a Manchester United player because he might have 800,000 followers on Instagram that do not give a shit about football.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But we live in such a superficial kind of society now where
Yeah,
it's
it's mad.
more about like what it looks like than what it really is.
Yeah,
Do you know
it's
what I
the
mean? And
quick.
that's why a lot of brands give people clothes, because they're like, you know what? We'll give it to that guy because he's got loads of numbers, but there's no return on that, because out of them million people, they're
Yeah,
not good. They're not your demographic.
just because, like, and a lot of these people, they've got like literally no class, no charisma, no style. Like they've got no substance to them, and it's like they're wearing some tight shirt in Marbella, and it's like, oh, I'm going out tonight in this fire shirt by so and so brand, and you
Yeah,
just look, you can just see straight through it and just think, man, this is such a dead post. This post is dead. Your look is dead.
it's
The
all
fact
dead.
you got paid for this is dead. The fact you got a right ad in there is dead. The whole thing's rubbish. Like,
Yeah,
and I just flabbergast me that some people just can't see through that. Like, it's like, come on, guys, open your eyes. Like,
bro,
seriously,
but that's
six
what it is.
people
It's
doing
all
stuff.
about what it looks like. It's all about what it looks like more than what it is, isn't it? I'm not on that what it looks like, because the thing is, I didn't even want to do that interview. I would have turned it down anyway. I wouldn't have wanted it, but I would have rather seen somebody in the industry that I didn't like do it than somebody that don't deserve to be there. Do
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
yeah,
And that's what it is for me. I'd much rather see someone that grinded and whatever that I didn't even like do it, because then I say, you know what, you're getting the recognition that you've worked for, but you're getting people that are known for just being in a certain place at a certain time and it worked for shit. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of how a lot of people see advertising, innit? Like, but if you don't know your target audience, what's the point, bro? Like, what is the actual point? Like, there's certain people that might say to me, oh, let's do a collab. But I'm like, bro, my target audience and yours ain't the same. Like, it's not going to benefit me being seen with you. And it might benefit you being seen with me. But they ain't shit in it for me. Even if you got more followers, even if you've got more followers than me, yeah, your followers ain't no good to me.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to business. Like, demographic is very important when you're doing business. Do you know what I mean? So just giving any random like footballer or singer your merchandise doesn't mean you're gonna get sales.
We've had big guys like with the millions of followers recently.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, can I get this off you? Da, 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 da. And you just think, I don't want to be rude, so sometimes I just don't reply because I just think, like, seriously, look at what we're doing. Go on through our website, go on our Instagram, understand what our brand story is, and then you'll just be like, I probably shouldn't even bother messaging those guys. Let me go and message those brands that's in Foot Asylum or on Boohoo or whatever, because that's what they do. And there's a market for that, and it's cool, and I ain't got a problem with it at all. We don't have a problem with it. It's just another approach and a way of doing things. But, you know, we like to think that we are, by our association with people like you and the things we're doing ourselves, we are a different level to what them boys are doing. They got their fast fashion thing, let them do that, but don't put us in that same bracket, because that's not what we do. You know,
absolutely.
And that's where we like that connection with us was made like that, done. Didn't have to talk about it. We knew it already.
Yeah, straight away. But that's what it is. When it's organic like that, there's longevity in that. Do you know what I mean? And people can see that. They can see it fits. There's certain people standing next to brands, and it just doesn't fit.
No, exactly.
It just looks awkward, innit? Like, and like you see it all the time. It's just like you don't suit the clothes don't suit you, and what that company's about, like, you don't represent that. Like, it's just awkward. Like, you can tell it's a business transaction, and that's all it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's too much of that out there, bro. Like literally, I don't care who you are. You could be my best friend, yeah. If I don't believe in your product, I'm not wearing it, bro. Like, I'll share it. I'll share it on my Instagram.
Well.
I'm not wearing it.
Like, that's an honesty that lacks everywhere in the whole of like society. It's just, you know, it's a transaction for a lot of people, and it needs to be deeper than that. Because if it ain't deeper than that, what's it worth? It ain't worth nothing.
Yeah. You know? This is the thing, bro. So like, that's important to me, and I always did say, yeah, that like the one thing stopping me, yeah, from like probably being up is integrity, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that stopped me. Because if I had no integrity, yeah, bro, like literally, like I could be making millions. I know that. Do you know what I mean? But like, there's certain things I just cannot attach my name to, bro. If I don't like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Integrity. If you want something to be to have longevity, and for people in 20 years to say what that guy did was sick or that brand is sick, yeah, you've got to maintain your integrity. And to maintain your integrity means you've got to be in it for the long game. Because people who explode with fame, or products that explode with fame quickly, they explode with fame quickly because they lack integrity. Yeah, they're going for the money. Money is their main motivator. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like, you know what, if I do this my way with integrity, the money will come later.
It will.
Because
but that's what I always tell people.
Back in what I'm doing, you know. But you've got to be ready to put the hard work in, because you can't get there with integrity overnight. It's not. Them two things are not compatible.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I remember I was doing a thing with a company before, like a football thing. Where I was going into the studio. I was doing like a little 3-minute roundup video, like in my early Facebook days, like when I got picked up. And these are like the same lot that were like behind the production of like X Factor, whatever. They were paying me good money, bro, to go into a studio in Tottenham Court Road and do like a little football thing. But I weren't feeling it, bro. Like, the money was good. Do you know what I mean? I was getting like 90, 100,000 views and that. But bro, I wasn't feeling it. Like, they were putting like cheesy elevator music in the background and like chopping it up in a certain way that I didn't vibe with it. And I was just like, I'll rather do my own stuff raw on my own page for free, because Facebook weren't paying. I'd rather do it for free on my page than go and get the money to do it for these man, because the way it was making me look, I didn't like it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the difference, bro. Like, certain people chase the bag, innit? And for me, it's like, if it feels right, I'll do it. If it doesn't, I won't do it. Like, and then whatever else comes with that comes after, bro. Because the money will come in it. Like if you're doing anything and it's popular enough, people are gonna have to pay you. That's life.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I agree with everything, man. Like, it's easy to have that discussion with you because you understand it. It's like there's no like trying to like convince someone with your argument or whatever. It's just straight facts. That's what it is at the end of the day.
But that's what it needs to be, innit? Like, and that's why, like, I don't know. It's one of them ones where, compared to other people's journeys, it's been a quick journey for me. Like I've been around for a very long time. And my audience is still growing, but I know it could have been a hell of a lot quicker if I was willing to compromise a few things that I'm
and
not.
people don't realise that you put a hard graft in them years before, for example, you were on United Stand because and those days, like, you know, like you said, Facebook ain't paying, but you're still putting the content out there, you know, because for you, that's what it's about. It was actually about content first and then everything else after. You weren't motivated by doing it because you were getting paid. People see through that, I think.
I didn't even think about that, bro. Like, I literally done 18 months worth of free content, on Facebook before I even made a YouTube channel. I didn't make a YouTube channel till my second year making content, which is why my YouTube numbers are so far behind Facebook, because I didn't have a YouTube channel. I just had a Facebook channel, and then I made the Instagram and the Twitter after, and then the YouTube came last. So out of everything that I did, the YouTube came last. And that was only because I got to the point where I was like, I was already doing mainstream stuff and getting paid from that. But then I was like, I'm slapping out all this content. I was dropping like 2-3 videos a week on Facebook, weren't getting paid. And I was like, right, will YouTube pay? So even though I have to start from scratch on YouTube, at least I'm getting paid for my work. Do you know what I mean? So then I had to start all over again on YouTube, and then it's a different demographic on YouTube to Facebook, so then you're starting all over again, literally. Do you know what I mean? Because you're told.
How are you managing that kind of thing now? Because you've now got like some representation, right, to look out for your best interests and so on. Is that something that's been quite natural, or you quite choosy about who you work with?
Nah, super choosy about who I work with. That's why I haven't had representation this whole time. I literally had a mate that used to negotiate money for me because he worked in the music industry, so he kind of roughly knew what people were getting paid. And he was my friend, and I just got them to email him, and he was doing it for me. And I was just like, bro, I'll give you 10%, and then you can just do it for me. But he wasn't going and getting me work. He was just replying to emails and stuff that I was getting. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with management now, I was like, it's about time, that I'm proactive instead of being reactive. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm getting work now, but it might slow up if I'm not looking as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Or there might be opportunities that I could have got that because I wasn't looking, I haven't got. Like, for instance, like with my management now, they work with loads of different people, like in the BBC, everything. Like, they got Dion Dublin, so he's doing Homers Under the Hammer and that. They got him now. Like, they've got Jens Lehmann. Like, they've got loads of football people. They got Michael Carrick, but then they've also got like Gary Neville's sister. Like, loads of different people.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we got kicked off.
Yeah, there's a limit on it. There's a time limit on it.
Yeah, I know. So, we had about 2 minutes, and it just cut us off with 2 minutes left.
Nah, I don't know why. Yeah, man. Like, I was just saying, it's all about being proactive instead of reactive. So instead of waiting for people to contact me, now people might contact my management and specifically say, you know what, we've got this going on. Do you have anyone for this? So it just means that there's a higher rate of opportunity. Instead of people specifically headhunting me, my name gets thrown in the mix for jobs that maybe I wouldn't have got. Do you know what I mean? That's just the only difference.
If you trust them as well, like you said, like I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are you know, building their profiles and stuff, and it's a minefield when you don't realize what am I worth. You know, what should I ask someone to pay me? And it's nice to have someone who might be able to look after that for you.
I turned down so many people that wanted to manage me. So many people that came to me. My management, I went to them. They didn't come to me. Anyone that comes to me that says to me that they can do me a favor, I don't want to hear it, mate, because there's obviously something in it for you. I don't know you from anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I literally saw my management. I saw a tweet and I saw Nick Bright, the radio presenter, like retweet it. They manage him as well. I knew Nick. Like I met Nick at a wedding. Like my friend Akeem, who's on Cheeky Sport, I was at his wedding. I met Nick there. So I knew Nick before, and then I saw they managed Fabrice Muamba, who I knew as well.
Yeah.
So I spoke to both of them and I said, yo, like, what's your management like? Because obviously in the back of my mind, I was open to having managers, but it had to be the right people. And because they already managed two people I knew, like it was a no-brainer for me. Because I'm like, if both of these lot can vouch for them, then I'll trust these lot. Because usually I don't trust anyone. Do you know what I mean? But I'm like, if you're looking after two guys that I know that are doing well, then
I think recommendations, just everything. It's everything.
yeah,
It's everything. Because otherwise you just think like, what's this guy want out of me? You know what I mean? Can I even trust this person?
But this is exactly it. So I told Fab that I was interested, and then the CEO literally called me like directly and was like, "Yeah, we know who you are. We've seen your stuff. We just assumed that you had management already." And I was like, "I don't. Like, I've always done it on my own." And then she was like, "Well, yeah, well, we want you like if you want to join us." So I went to the office, and literally I just went and I signed straight away, bro. Like it was a no-brainer for me. Do you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
So now it was calm, but like literally, it's been a process, isn't it? A lot of people don't see the process; they just see where you are. They don't see the hard work. Like only you've just reminded me the hours, the hours of content that I put out for free on Facebook before I even got like a check from anyone. Like I got like my vice check quite early on. It was like 3 months in, but in terms of revenue I got from YouTube, my YouTube revenue.
It takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, bro. It's only been my YouTube revenue sustainable now. Do you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't before. Do you know what I mean? Like I went a good 2-3 years without the YouTube revenue being anywhere near enough, like to live off. Like, do you know what I mean? I done it for free. I didn't do it for the money. Do you know what I mean? I did it because it was a passion of mine and it was something that people thought I was good at, which is why
that's
people.
why people like it. That's why they like it, because it's real, man. It's authentic.
But that's why now, when I get opportunities and I get my money, no one can't tell me nothing. Do you know what I mean? No one can't say, "Rah, he's doing this for the money," or this, that, and the other about money, because people always like to watch other people's pockets, bro. It's a thing in our culture. Do you know what I mean? Where people like to say, "You're getting this, that, and the other."
You can dictate how you want to, what content you want to do, who you want to work with, because they know that's part of your value proposition. Your value proposition is, I do what I want, which is authentic. I can't be bought, you know. So they don't even bother trying, or they'll think about projects that do fit your narrative, as opposed to let's just get this guy on some, you know, some shit ITV2 celebrity panel show. It's like,
bro, I got offered to go on Celebs Go Dating, and I got offered a nice bit of money to go in there, and I turned them down categorically, bro. And do you know what I mean? And it was 5 figures, bro. Like, and it was a nice 5 figures as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And I said no. So you gotta understand, like when I decide to do something, like no one could tell me shit. Like I was saying, like the other day, like people are so happy to consume old media and pay for it, but they don't want to pay for new media. Do you know what I mean? Because they're so getting used to getting so much shit for free, bro. Bro, like, and when it gets to the point, where I do premium content and it's subscribe only, if you don't pay for it, you won't get it, and I won't feel bad. Do you see what I mean? Because I'm like, I've put hours and hours of free content on the internet. If I tally all the hours that I've spent making the content, all the money I've spent buying the equipment, all of the other stuff that I've done put together, like I've put years worth of free content on the internet. So when one day I decide, that this is premium content and you need to subscribe to get it, I'm not hearing the complaints, bro, because I've put out so much free shit. Do you know what I mean? I would have got to the point where I'm like, you man, you know what's mad? Someone will pay £30 a month for Sky, just to watch football 2 hours a week, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, more times if you subscribe to Sky Sports, you don't watch everything on Sky Sports. You only watch the football. So that means you might watch Sky on Monday, on Sunday and Saturday, and that depends. If you're a football fan like me that watches any team, cool. Some man only watch their team.
But that's why Twitch is such a good platform, because people will subscribe because your content. If your content is shit, they ain't gonna subscribe to it. Yeah, just standard. They're not gonna do that. But if your content bangs, they are gonna subscribe and they're gonna want to watch your stuff every month, and they're gonna want to tell their friends about it and so on.
Yep.
So those people who actually think about the content they're putting out and actually are making stuff that people want to watch, they will get rewarded because those subscribers are going to come in. You know, they're going to help out by like dropping like donations and whatnot during your streams, and that gives the content creator the power, you know, and they get rewarded for doing something that people want to watch, and that is really important. Like, you know, like you said, you're putting all that free content out there. They can consume that to a degree, but when you really want to put the fire content out there, that you know, like, I'm going to go on Twitch, and every couple of weeks or two times a week, I'm going to stream, whether it's gaming, whether it's like, you know, like Q&As or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If your content's good, then Twitch gives you that opportunity, I think, to get
paid.
And
it has to be premium, bro, because you know the amount of people that say to me, oh, you know, so-and-so, you should do content with them. Cool. But then I'm just going to give it to you for free. Why? It don't make sense, bro, because you don't get nothing else for free. No. Do you know what I mean? We don't get free music. Like, if you want, you have to buy Spotify, or you have to buy Tidal. I've got Tidal. You have to buy Apple Music. You have to subscribe to something to get the content. You don't just get it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with our media, people are so used to just getting things, that it devalues our product to a certain amount. Because with Sky, for instance, you might buy Sky Sports, package, spend £30 a month. You might only watch Sky 6 hours a week, Sky Sports, but you've paid for it. Whereas these guys are on YouTube 6-7 hours a day, consuming loads of content for free. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, a lot of people don't understand the planning, the money, like the studio that I'm sitting in right now.
The equipment is unreal.
The studio I'm sitting in right now, my computer's at least $5,000.
Yeah.
The computer, not the Xbox, not the microphones that are like 200 odd pounds each. Do you know what I mean? Not the flipping lighting equipment, not another microphone here, 2 pairs of headphones. I've got 3 cameras. Like, mate, these things cost grands, bro.
They do. And people don't understand. They just think that, like, just speaking from our perspective, that just stuff just turns up online and the content gets created, man. Like, we are working unreal hours every day.
I was editing as well.
We're not complaining about it, but because we love doing it. It's our passion, you know. But this stuff doesn't just get magicked out of thin air. You got to learn how to do it. You've got to be able to understand the packages, understand how to create the content, understand how to market the content, and all that self-taught. None of it is in a manual or a uni or all this kind of stuff. You've got to teach yourself how to do it.
But then people get outraged when you want to be paid for it. Like, it's mad, isn't it?
I get people getting outraged because a t-shirt's 35 quid. And it's like, dude, like, there's t-shirts out there like 500 quid and they're no better than what we're putting out there.
But this is it. People don't scream, People don't scream about and say, yo, but like, they'll spend a few hundred quid on a flipping Balmain t-shirt, and it's the same material as any other bloody t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, for me, like, people decide what they think is worth their money, innit? That's it. Because I look at a pair of trainers, and I'll see like Balenciaga trainers, and someone might say, like, for instance, there was a pair of Versace trainers that I liked, and I don't really like designer trainers like that, bro. Like, give me a pair of Adidas trainers, I'm happy with them, innit? Pair of Nike. I don't even wear Jordans, bro. Like, I'm happy. Give me like Nike trainers, whatever. I wear some Air Maxes or something, because that's how I am. I quite like vintage stuff. And then I must have seen these Versace trainers, and I was like, bro, these look wavy. And then I saw them, £7.
Mad.
I was like, bro, man pays £700 for trainers. Like, that's a flight to Jamaica for me. Do you see what I'm saying?
And as soon as you walk out the store, they're dirty.
As soon as you, bruv, someone steps on them. Fam, I'll never forget when I bought like my fresh white trainers, and then someone spilled coffee on them on the tube. I was fuming, cuz. But it's the same pair of trainers, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's coffee on them now.
That's where like someone's just come in like and said like it's a lot about the emotional factors. That is true. There is emotional connections with the stuff that you buy, like that you purchase.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of like us making clothes or you making content, you know, there's a story, and the story
Yeah,
is really, really important. Like, it's more important than the clothes, because the clothes are irrelevant without the story. Yeah, the
yeah,
story is there because, or the clothes are there because they're telling your story, and your
yeah.
content that you're putting out is telling your story. That's why people like it. And if you haven't got a story, it's like that, what we were saying about people who become famous really quickly and then drop off. It's because
Yeah,
that substance isn't there. It's like you can get
precisely.
paid with it up to a certain point, and then people get bored, and then you're gone. You know, and that's a long term game, that is, and that's where the integrity lies.
But that's why I tell people in my industry, yeah, like longevity is the best sign that you're doing something right. Because, bro, there's been so many guys that have been viral on the internet one day and nowhere the next. Nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And everyone in the
Yeah,
comment section will know who these people are, bro. One viral video, then they're hot for a second and you never hear of them again. Do you know what I mean? Like, man, I don't want to name drop because, do you know what I mean? It's not personal, bro. But there's a long list of them. Do you know what I mean? You see them
yeah,
and they're all over the place, all over the news, whatever, and the next big craze, nowhere.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. So the longevity comes with the integrity. And you can tell when someone's doing something for money, usually because when the money doesn't come, they give up. And that's why you don't see them again.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
It's tough, and it's a tough game. Like, you know, being that creative person, whether it's content creation, fashion, whatever,
yeah,
it is not easy. Like, people think, oh, I'm going to become a millionaire overnight by doing these things. That's not the reality of the situation. You know,
yep,
and that's when your passion needs to be real, because it's your passion that's going to do those late nights and
yep,
like bust balls on the shit jobs that no one
yep,
else wants to do, because you're going to have to do some shit jobs, whether it's editing and rendering or, you know, packing boxes because you've got to send some stuff out to a shop. You know,
yeah.
people have to do that, and they don't see those things that go on behind the scenes, you know.
Or if you're doing a shit job, yeah, to finance your passion because you need to do
Exactly.
that, bro. Like, I know loads of people that be doing
You've got to
that.
pay the
Like,
bills, man.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? One of my camera guys, yeah, that I use, like this guy is one of the most amazing camera people you ever know. Like, and the guy was driving Ubers, bro, like just so he could pay for his equipment. Do you know what I mean? And it was just one of them ones that people don't know, yeah, like what people are doing. So then when people turn around and say, you know what, this is my passion project, yeah, this is my content, whether it's clothing, whatever, this is how much it costs, and then you're questioning it. Like, are
Yeah.
you mad, bro? Like, you don't know. If you tallied up all the hours I spent filming, editing, doing all these things compared to the money that's in my bank, I've been working for less than minimum wage for the last 4 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So no one can't tell me that if I say, yeah, that my content on my channel is worth £5 a month, you could tell me it's not, but I don't care, bro, because I know it's worth way more than that. If you don't want to pay it, that's your business. Do
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? But the facts are, if I say it's worth this, then it's worth that.
Yeah,
And
you
it's the
know your
same with
worth.
clothes. Certain men are
Yeah.
telling you that trainers are worth £7 bills. Either you're going to pay it or you're not. But I can't
Yeah.
turn around and tell anyone that trainers isn't worth £700 because it's worth £700 to someone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
literally,
People
I've,
have to
I've
make
got
their
it.
choice, you know.
But this is it. And that's what I said to guys. I said, like, literally, I've got over 250,000 followers on my own platforms, not even the United Stand. Do you know what I mean? Even if 5% of them pay me £1 a month, yeah, I'm caked.
Yeah.
You know, I'm caked, bro. Gone. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I decide that I'm putting out premium content and literally 95% of people don't want to invest, I do not care, bro, because man only needs 5% to be laughing. Do you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
And that will come, like anything that anyone creates. If your if what you're creating is worth it,
people will
and
pay
it
it.
comes from the right place,
Yep.
the right passion, it comes from the heart, they will pay for it because it's real. And authenticity is, you can't put a price on authenticity. No matter what you're doing, you cannot put a
Facts.
price,
That's all.
in
That's
my
all it
opinion.
is, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's the realest thing ever, bro. That's the realest thing, and that's why it's not about the numbers, bro. Like the numbers are there for vanity. Do you know what I mean? Like loads of people could say, oh, I've got 1 million followers, yeah, but if you can't monetize that on Instagram, you could buy 1 million followers.
Exactly that, man.
That's what I mean. It's a vanity thing, innit? Like I'm not
Yeah.
on the vanity thing. Like it's about I want to see numbers, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's just what it is. If it don't make sense, I'm not collabing with you if we don't have the same audience because it don't make sense. Like everything has to make sense, innit? And so whether it's partnerships, whatever, it has to make sense, bro. Do you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
hear that.
And that's why for me, like this link up was, it just made the most sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, it did. It
the
was
brand just
like it
spoke to
wasn't
me.
even contrived. It just was. Yeah, it was. It was just easy. It was just easy, and it did. And it wasn't even like, you know, we didn't even have to. I didn't. You didn't have to sell yourself to us. I did. We didn't sell ourselves to you. It was just we knew straight away. 5 minute conversation. It's like, okay, when do we start? What are we gonna do? You know, and it's like they're going beyond that whole process of like, oh, we'll just do some photos and or whatever. You know, this whole Fit for a King campaign, which for
Yeah,
us ain't nothing about selling clothes. It's got nothing to do with that. It's more to
yeah,
do with telling your story so that other people get inspired by it, and that leads to things like this chat we're having now, which
yeah,
is more about us being able to express our opinions and you being able to tell your story about, you know, inspiring other people, and that it is possible to do that. And again,
yeah,
it comes back to authenticity, you know.
yeah. Now, I've seen people in the comments asking if you make crepes and that, bruv. The kicks that you've got are sick, but you said you don't sell them in England, innit?
Well, we made a couple of trial sneakers. We were going to do in the US because we had a contact over there, but
Yeah,
it's like that guy was, he didn't have the resources that he said he had and whatnot, and we didn't. What we wanted to do was just concentrate on the stuff that we are good at, and then once
yeah,
that's the right size, then we bring stuff like footwear in. It
yeah,
just wasn't. We didn't want to run before we can walk or put something at half-ass that
yeah,
wasn't us. You know, and my way of looking at things like that is, I'm a big Nike head, and if I look at a pair of some footwear and I'm like, would I wear that or would I not wear it? If I say, well, I probably wouldn't wear it, then I ain't gonna make it. You
for
know, and
sure.
that market of footwear is dominated by like a handful of brands. So then you have to make something that's alternative. So that kid who buys Jordans, or he's like a big sort of, I don't know, like um, Hirachi fan or an Air
Yeah,
Max fan or whatever, or a Vapor Max fan, is there a shoe that he might buy that would sit alongside them for a different occasion? And that's
yeah,
where we would come in, because that's how I see sneakers. I might go out and buy a pair of like React 270s or whatever, and then I'll be like, they fit a certain like criteria for footwear, and then if we made a shoe, it can't be a copy of that, because Nike have already done that and do it better than we're ever going to do it, you know. But is there a shoe that I can make that Nike are not interested in but still works well in that person's wardrobe? So I think that's like our approach to footwear, and it'll come. But like right now, for us, it's about making sure that what we're doing is better than or as good as everyone else who's out there. So
yeah,
that guy who goes out and he wants to buy a hoodie, and he looks at similar types of brands to us, whether it's Stussy or whatever, and he will make that decision, whatever the factors are behind that decision, and hopefully he will choose us for the reasons why what we've been discussing, you know. And
yeah,
as soon as I can get enough of them people making that decision to be a King hoodie or King t-shirt or King hat, then I know that they might make that decision on a sneaker as well, you know. But you know, we ain't never going to be Nike. We're never going to be able to produce some of the badass shoes they make. So what can we be and sit alongside those guys, you know? So yeah, man. It's just a process, you know. Has anyone else got any questions out there they might want to ask Rants as well, football wise, like stuff about YouTube, anything? If you got anything, stick it in there.
but the quality of the clothes is nuts anyway. Everyone sees, like I'm like that. The thing is with me, I don't just wear anything in it. Like, and I've been wearing like local brands for a while because that's just where my head is at. That's just how I am in it. Like, I'd rather support that than spend money on look at my agent in there. And Fabrice is in here as well, but it's fine. Fabrice wants hats. I seen that. Yeah, I mean, and obviously, and obviously, Karina, I see you as
Tell him to
well. I already told
just
them
give.
about how I came and I signed for you lot like straight away. Like, I didn't even read the contract. You lot could be fleecing me. I don't even know. But nah, it's calm. Do you know what I mean? Nah, it's all good. But like the quality of the clothes is mad. Like I told you, like some of the tracksuits, and the thing is, the quality keeps getting better. I don't even know if you lot are doing it on purpose. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's just mad. Like I remember I told you, like it's getting to the point where I can't even get clothes because they're selling out before I even get them. And I remember the grey
Yeah,
tracksuit I had with the white king in big
that's
all
right. Yeah,
across it. Yeah, I got the grey one. Yeah, I wanted the black one. It was done, bro. Like
gone.
literally,
Yeah,
by the time it dropped, it was gone, bro. Like, and the fit of that tracksuit is stupid. Like, it's so comfortable. And I'm a tracksuit guy. Like, I remember the first time I got on an airplane in a tracksuit, it changed my life. I'll never wear jeans on a plane again. Like, I just
that's mad.
don't get. Like, bro, take off your belt, you know? What belt? I'm rolling through like tracksuit now, airplane, like I'm tracksuit everywhere. Like, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
all my jeans are king now anyway. I don't wear jeans, bro. But if I do you know what I'm saying? Man's got jeans as well. Do you know what I mean? There ain't other brands that are doing tracksuits of that quality, hats and jeans as well.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what
Someone
I'm saying?
asking if we could release any of the old stuff. We were talking a lot about this on Facebook the other day because we had some pictures of some Plan B and Wretch and all those guys. So there's always elements of the old stuff going to be coming through on designs. So that's like, just hold tight on that because the design team are well aware of like people wanting to see some of the older sort of models and whatnot. But at the same time, we have to evolve as a brand as well. So we have to make sure that we're always up to date. Otherwise, we get left behind, and it's hard. You know, we need to try and please the old school and the new school at the
Yeah.
same time. And that's like a juggling act. So, you know, you're never ever going to get exactly what we did back then because then we're doing a disservice to how things can evolve and what we can do. But we'll never forget the roots. That's really important, you know.
Yeah, and the summer stuff looks
Um,
nuts. Some stuff looks nuts, boy. When you look see that, it's mad.
there's
Like
someone
it's
asking
mad.
about Africa. Can we order from Africa? You can. We ship anywhere. So you can just go on the website and get in that shipping drop down menu, pick your country, and, you
Yeah,
know,
because I had guys from India shout me, and I know a guy bought some stuff because he tagged me. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I know it gets to India, so it'll get to Africa. Do you know what I mean? It's one of
yeah,
them
just
ones.
go to the website. Yeah, the website, king-apparel.com. That's it. Just go there. You'll find us on Instagram, and like our website's in there as well. Um,
What's he say? He said something about Stratford. I think that's for you still.
yeah, probably. So
Yeah.
someone's asking who your most rated players are, Rants.
What in what team or just in football?
Let's just say top 5 rated players now.
Now in
But
football,
you can't choose Ronaldo or Messi. No
that's
Ronaldo
fine.
or Messi.
That's fine. They would just be in there. To be fair, like Pogba, Neymar, Mbappe, Lewandowski, and who else do I rate like up there, up there, up there? I feel like there's a shortage of like real elite ballers outside of them lot. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? In football, like where like yeah,
I got a question for you.
Thiago as well at Bayern Munich. Thiago
Yeah.
Alcantara,
So
5.
would you rather have Bruno Fernandes? Would you swap Bruno Fernandes for peak West Ham Payet?
Oh, Payet was cold. Everyone knows I
I
love
knew
that
this.
guy,
I
you
knew
know.
you'd be stumped, man.
Bro, I loved Payet, boy. Like, you know what's mad about Payet, yeah? I watched him in the under 21s playing for France, and they were talking about this guy like he was gonna be the next Zidane. That's how highly he was rated, you know. And then I think a few injuries kind of messed up his career, but the quality never left the guy. What he was doing at West Ham was fake. Like,
Mad.
there's not many players in Premier League history, yeah, that had an impact on their team like that guy. He was winning games by himself, innit?
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
don't know, bro. I like Payet, man. Like it's hard, bro. I have to say Bruno because of what Bruno's done now, but I just remember Payet's free kicks and just everything about it. And then he didn't even look like fast or fit or anything, but he was just sick. Like he was mad. I was only talking about him like 2 days ago. Like ridiculous
bro. He was
footballer.
like unreal. He was fast and he was fit and he
But he
didn't look
didn't
it,
look it.
but he would like run games against the elite players and like
Yeah,
it's like, oh, yeah, whatever, man. Like he was wavy. Like prime
yeah,
Payet
proper.
was just the streets will never forget, man. West Ham
Never.
15,
He
16.
was
Never.
different, man. Like different gravy. You know, like what Tarap was doing in the Championship. Like Payet was doing that in the Premier League. Like just killing people. Like he was ridiculous. Like I think his name don't get spoken about enough because he didn't do it for long. And in this country, the people obsess over longevity. But I just
Yeah,
care
yeah, he
about the
did
level
back
that you
his
hit, yeah?
attitude with
When you're at
suspects.
your
That
top of
was
your game, that's how I rate you. I don't care how long you did it for. I just need to know that you can do it, innit? And what
yeah.
Payet was doing was ridiculous. Like, that was top 4 level. Like, that's easily you're playing for any of the top 4 teams at that level.
Right, I'll give you another question. Would you accept Liverpool, not as a United fan? So this is not a diss on Liverpool because Liverpool are rated. But would you accept Liverpool not winning anything for the next 20 years if you had to do one season where United got relegated?
No. No, because us getting relegated would hurt
Only one
more than.
season.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact that we got relegated is something that them man could hold over us forever.
Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it. Like, I couldn't see United get relegated. It's hard enough seeing them lose games, but to see them go down, I don't know what that would do to me emotionally. Like, I'll forget it. Like, Liverpool could win stuff. Like, I don't care.
I
Like,
can
it's not
tell you
that
what.
deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Like,
seen West Ham get fucking turned over and relegated so many times.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I don't think I could survive a United relegation. I couldn't. Nah.
Yeah, it's
It's
not good. It's not
not
good, man.
happening. Not happening, bro. Do you know what I mean? It would be happy times for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? The Arsenal fans as well would love that. Mate, do you know what I mean? I couldn't. There's too
Yeah,
many people that there's too many people that I couldn't leave the house for. I'd have to leave social media, everything. I have to get a new job. Yeah, I couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it.
I think I've got a message now.
Yeah. Couldn't do it, man. Yeah, I mean, there's more things to
Some,
life than seeing
yeah,
Liverpool not win things. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, they deserve it as well, man. Someone was just asking on there if our tracksuits are unisex. Yeah, they are. We're doing extra small sizes now for girls, so you can jump on those. Someone else also asked about when the brand started. A long time ago, like 2003 is when we started the brand. So we've been doing our thing for a long time, and that's how we built up all these like stories and relationships and so on. You know, so the passion is like it's legit. You know, it is legit.
I mean, and loads of people would have
But
seen the
so you're
brand.
gonna be streaming tonight? Are you going on Twitch or?
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah, I always Twitch. I always stream Fortnite in the evening, so that's where I'll be.
Okay.
I'll be. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna be on Fortnite. So yeah,
All
that's
right.
where people. That's where people will find me. They know where they can find me anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So I'll be active tonight.
we'll wrap it up because it's getting late. But
Sweet.
wicked. Thanks for everyone who tuned in to watch this, whatever part of the interview or chat it was. You can follow Rants'n'Bants _ right?
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And on there you'll be able to like lead your way to his YouTube and Twitter. Twitter is
Everything
definitely
else.
following me on Twitter. It's like good
Yeah.
banner.
Yeah. Twitter.
And you
I'm
can follow
always. I'm
us if you're not.
always. Yeah. I'm always throwing the bait out on the Twitter.
I'm
So
always
yeah,
on that, man. I'm always
it's
on that.
good. But I like winding
Um,
people up, man. It's just part of my personality.
that's what Twitter's for. Twitter's for
Yeah.
just getting a rise out of people.
Yeah, Twitter's not serious. Do you know what I mean? People think that they can get me to nibble, but they don't understand I'm like the biggest wind up going. Like, if you try and wind me up, I'm just in my bag when I'm winding people up. Do you know what I mean? So it's not worth it.
No, man. All right, cool, man. Then you can check us out if you're not like already looking or following us. king-apparel.com is our website, and at King Apparel on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So just keep looking out. We're obviously going to be doing more stuff with Rants down the line. And everyone else, you can get on Twitch tonight. Go and sub to Rancy's channel. Drop him some donations. Keep that thing alive, so he puts out more content, etc., etc.
It's coming. It's coming anyway.
Yeah, we'll have you. I tell you what we'll do when our Twitch goes live. One day we'll get you in on our stream and have you as a guest.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready when you're ready,
good,
man.
Good. All right, man.
Cool.
Well, I'll let you go. Thanks for coming on board, man. I really appreciate it tonight. And
No problem.
Yeah, everyone just keep looking out and checking for everything Rance is doing, we're doing, and we'll be back with you soon.
All right, nice one, bro.
All right, man. Yeah, nice one. Have a good evening, yeah?
All right, take care, bro.
See you later.